Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 109.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released February 26, 2014, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Bravest Warriors number 17. The Bravest Warriors must once again save the galaxy. Join Chris, Beth, Danny, and Wallow as they, save space. It seems there's a pattern developing in the life of a warrior. Surely nothing can surprise our heroes now, or is there something out there? Something hidden in the shadows, something so big that not even the bravest of warriors will ever be ready. Next we've got Deceivers number 3 of 6. All across Europe, Lincoln and Nikki are chased by various intelligence agencies, fooled into thinking one of them is the notorious thief Ulysses. Meanwhile, the true mastermind, Patrice, continues to play all sides against each other, but will she slip up? We've also got Hacktivist number 2 of 4. With a government contract on the table in exchange for their pardons, Nate and Ed open the doors of their social networking company, Your Life, to the CIA to continue their operations in Tunisia. However, Ed may already be thinking a few moves ahead of them all, with bigger, more dangerous plans for Save Yourself. Next, we've got Peanuts number 16. Every Valentine's Day, Charlie Brown waits by his mailbox, hoping against all odds he'll receive his first ever Valentine. This'll be the year everything will change, or so he thinks. Lucy has a different opinion on the matter. Taking him through his prospective sweethearts, Lucy decides that this Valentine's Day she'll teach Charlie Brown to rein in his expectations. Next, we've got Regular Show number 10. It's just a regular day at the park, nothing exciting going on, and the only thing left to do is a couple of chores that shouldn't take too long. Mordecai and Rigby think they're up to the challenge when the tasks take a very different turn. Will they be able to save the park in time, or is it already too late? And we've got Robocop Beta number 1 one-shot. Why we love it? With the release of Robocop, a reimagining of the all-time classic, fans in the new and old will be immersed in the action, oppression, and humanity that is Robocop. We cannot wait to be first in line for this new motion picture event. Why you'll love it? 4 anthology-style one-shots exploring the world of the new film, brought to you by some of the freshest voices in the industry, Joe Harris, Frank Barbieri, Ed Brisson, and Michael Morici. What it's about? Alex Murphy was the first successful attempt at creating a man in the machine, but before he could rise, many had to fall. Through the eyes of the failed test subjects on the path to making a successful integration between man and machine, Dr. Norton is forced to ask whether the sacrifice of a few is truly the path towards salvation. His morality must come head-to-head with Sellers' vision. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Captain Midnight number 8. On a mission to catch up with his future, Captain Midnight reunites with his long-lost love to learn how his hardware has made it into so many enemy hands. Revealing her own hunt for the Nazi Fury Shark, Cap's old sweetheart turns his world upside down when she discloses the fate of his best friend. Next, we've got Furious number 2 of 5. The media can't get enough of the high-flying super celebrity known as Furious, but the authorities are convinced she's a danger and a menace. They've had more than enough of the privileged vigilante. Stuck in the crosshairs of her past, Furious must balance her desire for justice with her quest for redemption. We've also got HALO Escalation number 3. Commander Palmer confronts the traitor who has betrayed her team as the Covenant closes in on their position. With time running out, Lasky is forced to make a costly sacrifice to save the peace delegation from the impending attack. Next, we've got King Conan the Conqueror number 1 of 6. In the port city of Messentia, the deposed fugitive Conan could uncover the key to regaining his throne, or he could get a knife in the back. Conan follows a lead to a lost relic, revisits an old friend, and finds he's not alone in his risky hunt for a missing magical gem, continuing the acclaimed Hour of the Dragon adaptation. We've also got Mass Effect Foundation number 8. Disgraced after the failure of her most recent mission, Cerebus Agent Rasa receives a chance at redemption from the elusive man. But is it absolution we shall find at the hands of the assassin Thane Krios, or damnation? Next, we've got the massive number 20. On the run from Arcady and the Russian hacker Yusip, Cal weaves his way through a crumbling Europe, through riots and crackdowns and widespread social unrest. With little more than a vague memory as a trigger, he starts to put together the mystery of the missing massive, and perhaps the crash itself. We've also got Mind Management number 19. The second half of Matt Kent's Mind Management epic begins with just as many questions as the first. Meru is back on the team, but can she ever trust Lime again? What role did the magician play in the management in the 1960s through the 1980s, and was the secret of the 7 Immortals? Next, we've got Pariah number 1 of 8. Trapped in space, the genetically engineered geniuses known as Vitros must stand together and create a plan to get back to Earth before their failing satellite turns into a death trap. We've also got Serenity leaves on the wind number 2 of 6. Forced out of hiding, Serenity's crew gets separated, and it becomes clear that everyone looking for the outlaws is on the verge of finding them. River offers to uncover the secrets that are hidden within her in the hope that the crew might have something to bargain with. Next, we've got Star Wars Legacy number 2. A meeting with an old friend lands Anya Solo in handcuffs. Now that she's a wanted criminal, even her pal Sokka and the Imperial Knight Zhao are wary of her. Held captive by one bounty hunter and pursued by another, Anya is one blaster shot away from a life sentence or death. Anya's past is revealed, or is it? We've also got Tomb Raider number 1. Superstar writer Gail Simone picks up Lara Croft's story where the smash hit Tomb Raider game left off in a new ongoing comic series. Following the game acclaimed for its bold and sophisticated new vision, this series launches Lara Croft on the formative adventures that will change her life forever. And we've got Vandroid number 1 of 5. When Palm Springs Entertainment Studios burned to the ground in 1984, the most definitive motion picture of a generation was lost before its time. 30 years later, the extraordinary talents of Tommy Lee Edwards, Noah Smith, and Dan McDade unite to resurrect this lost epic. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Army of Darkness vs. Hack Slash number 6 of 6. Final issue. Cassie and Ash have managed to work together for a whole 5 issues, but now the former partners are at odds in a war through time for possession of the Necronomicon. Next, we've got Black Bat number 9. To save Carol Baldwin's life, the Black Bat must do the unthinkable and break his most hated enemy out of prison, but will doing so cement his status as an outlaw? Also, the police start to lose their grip on the city as vigilantism takes hold with disastrous results. We've also got Cryptozoic Man number 4 of 4. Final issue. The piglets have come home to root. Any and all questions you may have had about the gray aliens, legendary cryptids, 40-story tall demon swine, and the insane sadomasochistic industrialists are answered in this bang-up conclusion to Cryptozoic Man. Next, we've got Damsels number 13. King Beaumont and King Persine struggle onward towards the fallen kingdom of Calmont, but are waylaid by a band of outlaws led by a rogue called Robin. Red and Talia have made it to the sea, and a handy fishing vessel speeds them to Perrault. It all seems like plain sailing, but can it really be that easy? Having watched Naana being stolen away, Ash and Tomalise are at a loss. How will they find her? Will Henrik help them, or will he go in search of Rappa? We've also got Dejah, Thoris, and the Green Men of Mars number 11 of 12. The penultimate issue of the hit miniseries that was extended twice. Dejah Thoris is undercover as a slave girl with her dirty half-dozen Thark force to destroy a powerful weapon. But can she trust them to destroy it and not her? Or does she want to die? Next, we've got Doc Savage number 3. It's 1961, and Doc Savage's team of aides includes old veterans who have been with him from the beginning, and young newcomers who are experts in the frontiers of science and invention. Doc is about to unveil his greatest discovery, one which could change the course of history and improve the lives of everyone on Earth. But a madman with an atomic bomb has other plans. We've also got Legends of Red Sonja number 4 of 5. The all-star celebration of Red Sonja's 40th anniversary continues as legendary fantasy novelist Mercedes Lackey tells her first comic story of a child's encounter with the she-devil and how it changed them both forever, with artist Ney Rafino. And fan-favorite Marvel Comics writer and novelist Marjorie M. Liu teams up with the amazing Phil Noto for a sexy, scary tale of the forest at night, all wrapped in a story by Gail Simone and Jack Jadson. We've also got Lone Ranger number 22, Rainmaker. Nothing was more deadly in the hard life of the Old West pioneers than drought. The Lone Ranger and Tonto find themselves embroiled in a violent standoff between the farmers and Native Americans after a con man passing himself off as a shaman promises rain and fails to deliver. How much will the Ranger sacrifice to prevent a bloodbath? Another action-packed single-issue story featuring the West's most iconic heroes. And we've got Robotech Voltron number 2 of 5. The spectacular mecha crossover continues as Earth and the distant world of Eris are profoundly altered by a mysterious rift in the very fabric of time and space. However, these events were set into motion a generation ago. King Alfor makes a daring endeavor at great personal cost to save the people of Eris, including his young daughter Allura, from a future of enslavement with or without Voltron. On Earth, Roy must once again face the consequences of personal tragedy and broken promises, and a secretly reconstructed robotic lion may be part of the answer. For IDW Publishing, we've got Ghostbusters number 13. Lucky issue 13 is here, and with it, the first installment of the 8-part event that will shake the boys and girls in gray to the core. Gozar the Gozerian, the Destructor, was once drawn to Manhattan, but could not complete his work. That's the good news. The bad news is he isn't the only god who's taken notice of Earth. Mass hysteria and our 30th anniversary tribute to the Ghostbusters begins here. Next, we've got Judge Dredd number 16. 12 street judges have been slaughtered by a masked maniac with a dimensional jump machine. He has the 13th in his gun sights right now, and the only judge who can stop the killer, Dredd, is a billion miles away. But it's not so much the number of dead judges in the morgue, it's what's going to happen to their bodies very, very soon. We've also got My Little Pony Friends Forever number 2. The Cutie Mark Crusaders have done everything they can think of to get their cutie marks, but there's one creature of chaos who might have some ideas they would never think of, Discord. When our pint-sized heroines start working with the unpredictable trickster, the results are bound to get unusual. Will Ponyville be able to survive their friendship? Next we have Powerpuff Girls number 6. Cower in fear, citizens of Townsville, for I, Mojo Jojo, have returned. Not even your previous solicitation is safe from my influence, for I am powerful and supremely cunning. You have been chosen to bear witness to the ultimate destruction of Townsville, for such is my plans to demolish this wretched city once and for all, along with those annoying Powerpuff Girls. Then no one will be able to stop Mojo Dojo from ruling the world. Mwahaha! Alright, next we've got Samurai Jack number 5. Martial artists, warriors, nobles, monsters, and more. Samurai Jack has defeated them all in his quest to gather the threads of time. Now one last strand remains in the lair of Aku, the demon wizard. Can Jack defeat his greatest foe and return back to the past? Next we've got Star Trek number 30. Captain Jane Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise fight for their lives in this concluding chapter of a 2-part story overseen by Star Trek writer-producer Roberto Orci. The 5-year mission between blockbuster movies continues here in this all-new mind-bending adventure. Next we've got Star Trek Con number 5 of 5. It's the climactic chapter of the origin of Star Trek's greatest villain. But how did he come to be called John Harrison? How did his vendetta against Admiral Marcus in Section 31 begin? All is revealed in this all-new story overseen by Star Trek Into Darkness writer-producer Roberto Orci. We've also got Thunder Agents number 6. A now powerless Dynamo is at the mercy of the mysterious Dr. Sparta somewhere in South America. When No Man, Lug, and Weed set out to rescue him, they find themselves caught in a brutal civil war. But just which side is Dr. Sparta on? Also, Kat Kane discovers the true nature of the Judgment Towers. Will her sanity be the price of knowledge? Next, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 31. While strategically secluded in Northampton, the Turtles are hit by a new revelation involving enemies shifting loyalties, miracle cures, and ghosts from the past. And in the present, grave danger is about to strike. What new Foot Clan menace is hunting the Turtles? We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures number 8. It's Monkey vs. Rat as Monkey Brain squares off against the Rat King. The former colleagues have gone through big changes since they last met, but bad blood remains. With the Turtles caught in the middle, the action is bound to get hairy. Next we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultram Empire number 2 of 3. The Fugitoid is faced with an impossible choice, and the fate of more than one species may rest in his hands. As a deadly storm envelops Murno Island, Baxter Stockman kicks his schemes into high gear. Is Krang ready to pay the ultimate price for his people? We've also got Transformers Regeneration 1 number 99, The War to End All Wars. Can the Autobots prevail against Jax's new Cybertronian empire? The disastrous invasion ends in dramatic and shocking fashion with twists, shocks, and surprises galore, and Starscream right in the thick of things. Dark forces are stirring for the final chapter of the original Transformers epic. Next we have Wrath, Welcome to Christmas Land number 4 of 7, Chapter 3, Fastball. The Calliope plays a lunatic waltz, the rides run at breakneck speeds, Christmasland is open for business, and Charlie's children are closing in on Chess Llewellyn and Agnes Claiborne. Dark magic waits around every corner, but just maybe Chess has a trick of his own up his sleeve. And we've got X-Files Conspiracy Transformers #1. The lone gunman's trail of secrets leads them to evidence of extraterrestrial life, mechanical extraterrestrial life. Will Optimus Prime and his allies trust these human interlopers? And what secret conspiracy could involve Cybertron anyway? From Image Comics, we've got Artifacts #35, Top Cow's third 2012 talent hunt winning writer debuts. Mercenary Michael Finnegan just can't catch a break. Whether he's running guns or stealing mystical artifacts for hire, all of his clients seem to double-cross him in the end, especially when he's paid to face off against Ember Stone bearer Gloriana Silver. Next, we've got Black Science #4. Grant McKay and his team of Dimensionauts are given a short reprieve when the pillar drops them not into a hellish war zone or an alien swampland, but a hotel? Just don't trust the room service. There's more to this place than meets the eye. We've also got The Bounce #10. The time has come, Bounce fans. Jasper Jenkins can't hide anymore. The truth is out there, and the darling might be the only one who knows what it all means. This is the issue you dare not miss. Next, we've got Chew #40, Family Recipes, Conclusion. This is how you kill the vampire. We've also got Dead Body Road #3 of 6. Orson Gage is no good man, but Mr. Cobb and his unique interrogation tactics are even worse. Why is he pursuing Gage? And just how do you remove blood from a motel carpet? We've also got Deadly Class #2. It's Marcus's first day in the King's Dominion High School for the Deadly Arts. A locker full of death threats, a schedule full of brutality, and whispers in the hallway about his mysterious past, which is fast catching up to cut out his freshly broken heart. Next, we've got Elephant Men #54, Picking Up the Pieces, Part 4. Are Jack Farrell's hands blood red, or are there memories buried in his subconscious that throw his investigations into a whole new light? We've also got Five Weapons #7, Back to Class, Part 2. The tables are turned on Enrique in a no-win contest at the School of Five Weapons. Tyler is now the smartest kid in school, and he's using Enrique as a pawn in his malicious plans, but Enrique learns an old secret that could tilt the rivalry in his favor. Next, we've got Manhattan Projects #18, Game Theory. The Manhattan Projects are in peril as the great game of the infinite Oppenheimers is revealed. We've also got One Hit Wonder #1 of 5. If there was a thin line between reality and fiction, Richie Reese tore it down. Better he crushed it, smashed it, destroyed it. From child star to hitman in Hollywood, this is the story of a glorious bastard. Written by Fabrice Sapolsky and drawn by superstar artist Ariel Olivetti, this is the crime comedy series you don't want to miss this year. We've also got Rat Queens #5, Gold Guts and Grog Part 5. Well, Palisade has seen better days. It stinks like orc blood. There's bits of troll all over the place. Worst of all, the famous booze ship Drowned Sorrows sank to the bottom of the harbor in the attack. This era of Palisade will forever be known as the dry spell. Next, we've got Revenge #1. Griffin Franks was a joke in Hollywood, a washed-up action hero, over the hill, past it, a has-been, a barely was. But now he is the Revenger. He's a star. His movie's a hit. His latest wife is hot. He finally has everything he wants, just in time for someone to take it all away, forever, starting with his face. We've also got Satellite Sam #6. Volume 2 of Satellite Sam starts here. The son of the slain star of Satellite Sam steps into his father's shoes in more ways than one while falling into bed with any woman that'll have him. One of the stars of the show with a dubious past finds herself in the media spotlight and trouble with the law, all while a sex and blackmail scandal threatens to envelop the show and the nascent Le Mans television network unless someone stands up and saves the day. Sex, Death, Live TV, brought to you by Matt Fraction and Howard Chaykin. Next, we've got Sex #11. This issue, sex goes even deeper than ever before. Simon Cook faces his adulthood. Japanese businessmen get their freak on. Annabelle reprimands an employee. Then there's the battle cry heard throughout the underworld. Brakes, damn straight. This one's a rub for the ages. We've also got Sheltered #7 with the solicit Kurt shot first. We've also got Super Dinosaur #22, the Dino Men attack. United by Tyrannosaurus X, the creations of Max Maximus are brought together for a single purpose, the destruction of the Dynamo family and Super Dinosaur. Next, we've got 3 #5. It comes down to this, 3 versus 300 at the border of Sparta. The men who'd kept them slaves versus the 3 who would be free. The historical epic reaches its bloody denouement, the end of a story, the start of a legend. We've also got Umbral number 4, The Black Waters Remain. Rascal is trapped in the Umbral, Delone is down and out, and a certain pirate ghost has vengeance on his mind. The paranoid dark fantasy continues. And we've got Walking Dead number 122, All Out War Part 8, Negan Has a Plan. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Bloodshot and Hardcore number 0. Remember the 90s? The most elite assets of Project Rising Spirit team up for an early mission together, Bloodshot and Hardcore, living weapons. But in the decade of dial-up, the technology is far from perfect and bugs are bound to pop up in the wetware. And we've got Exo Manowar number 22, Unity Epilogue. When Exo Manowar thought he had finally found peace, he instead found only more war, death, and destruction. Now at his lowest point, Eric of Dacia's fate rests in the hands of his most unlikely of allies. Will Exo Manowar regain his lost power and seek bloody vengeance on his enemies, or will he forge a new path? A brand new era for Valiant's flagship hero is about to begin. Out in trades this week, we've got Invincible Volume 19, The War at Home trade paperback. Angstrom Levy returns to take revenge on Invincible and all those he holds dear. Collects Invincible number 103 to 108. Next, we've got Peter Panzerfaust Volume 3, Cry of the Wolf trade paperback. Having faced the wrath of the Hook, Peter and the Lost Boys join forces with the Braves in guerrilla warfare from a secret hideout in the sticks. This time, Felix is the man with the memories, and as Mr. Parsons soon learns, he's not eager to revisit that life. Collects Peter Panzerfaust number 11 through 15. And we've got Thief of Thieves Volume 3 trade paperback. Conrad Paulson lives a secret double life as Master Thief Redmond. There's nothing he can't steal, nothing he can't have, except for the life he left behind. Now it's go time for his Venice heist, and the Thief of Thieves' most explosive story arc yet. Collects Thief of Thieves number 14 through 19. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.